Hello, young people. Welcome to a new week and a new unit. Unit 2, Systems of Matter and Energy. This is going to be where the rubber hits the road. This is where we really start getting into some of the deep content of our earth science course. So, buckle up, take good notes, pay attention, don't get behind. A couple of pieces of information, little tidbits here before we get going. I received some feedback that my videos were a little quiet for you and you couldn't really hear me as well as you'd like to. This is because usually I'm filming these at night and the rest of my family's in bed and I don't want to wake them up. But I hear you, and so I'm using a microphone now. Hopefully that'll help a little bit. The second thing is, as you listen to these or watch them and take your notes, it's really recommended that you also have your textbook, your PDF textbook, open on your Chromebook so you can kind of follow along. I certainly don't say everything that's in the textbook. I cover some of the big ideas because this is supposed to give you background. But there's diagrams in the textbook that I think if you were looking at them as you were listening to the lecture, it would really help with some stuff for you. So if you can, follow along on your textbook. And as always, keep in mind that it is important to actually read the textbook. It's not enough to just take down the information I'm giving you. I'm giving you a skeleton of the chapter or a skeleton of the unit, but you have to read the textbook to flesh out that skeleton. So anyways, Unit 2, Systems of Matter and Energy. I'm going to try to put this one out in about, I'm thinking 6 short videos so that they're all kind of manageable bite-sized chunks for you. So we'll continue to focus on the Earth as a system with subsystems, and we're going to be looking at all different scales of systems. We're looking at microscopic scales, like down to the scale of an individual mineral that makes up part of a rock, and up to massive whole Earth scales that we can't observe without a whole lot of satellite data and complex computer models. So throughout all of Unit 2, this is just the first lesson in Unit 2. Throughout all of Unit 2, we're going to be focusing on a few driving questions, and I want you to keep these in mind the whole way through, okay? Some questions. How does the Earth receive energy, and how does that energy move through the Earth's systems? That's a big one. What characteristics are used to distinguish minerals? What processes change rock from one type to another? What are the inputs and outputs of matter and energy in those processes? And finally, how do elements like carbon, nitrogen, and phosphorus move through both the living and non-living systems of this giant system we call Earth? All right, you guys ready to dive in? Next up, Earth's energy. We'll see you there.